Welcome back.
So last time, which was an hour ago, um, it's hard to stay away at this point. We nullified the elections, and we have now gotten to the point where there's no way to prevent us from getting to revoke the privilegia. So, revoke the privilegia is just going to happen automatically at this point, and that's great. So, currently there are 18 people against it. We are going to wait until we get to 100%. I kind of explained all this at the end of the last video. We don't need to go too much into that. I did some math just now because I was curious. And unless I missed a lot of provinces somehow, there's about 12,000 development remaining in the sort of coreable world that I do not have personally or have within the Empire. So, since I'm going to be automatically getting the Empire, so as you can see, revoke the privilegia, we can actually see how against it Austria is. Austria is currently minus 52.8. So, a little bit of extra diplomatic reputation, a little bit of opinion, and a plus 50 bonus from having 100 imperial authority is more than enough to ensure that Austria is willing to vote for this. So we can get plus 4 just from opinion. So that right there allows us to, is going to allow us to do it. So Austria is going to say yes. Everyone else is tiny comparatively. So I guess we have to deal with them, but it's a minus 100 from opinion of emperor. By the time we're revoking the privilegia, the opinion of emperor is going to be gone. They're not going to have those negative opinions of me for that long. So as an example, we've got right now 4 yearly coming in from their opinion. So plus 4 yearly is like minus 2 off of that little penalty, I think, every year. So within, 10 years or whatever, it'll be substantially lower. Let's see, that being said, and we can obviously improve our relations with those individual entities when we need to. But let's go ahead and deal with one thing first, which is we can't do this because we have to wait until next month. We want to swap this guy out for this guy who gives better relations over time. This will also increase the rate that we get our stuff going here. So this 1.6 and 3.3 yearly will actually start escalating even further once we have that. The reason that we're getting that, though, is for the diplomatic points. Now, I've done the math, and based off of what I'm looking at, it seems to me that I have I'm going to need a number of administrative points to annex all this stuff that is feasible to do. It takes about 200 years worth of administrative points with my current technology to do the world at large. So with that in mind, if I'm taking a bunch of stuff with vassals, taking it with diplomatic power, and also obviously I'm not going to be annexing anyone else until I have gotten administrative technology rank 23. Once I get to rank 23, then I'll start going on an annexing spree again. But for now, I'm just going to be stockpiling administrative power and stockpiling... Well, I'm not stockpiling trade power, actually. I need to go ahead and spend this. I just took a look at my modifiers, and I finally found it. It's here. So this is ending in 67, and this trading investment that's 10% reduction ends in 63. So in 63, we will end up with a minus or a plus 10% to the cost, and we'll then get a minus 5%, which is overall loss. So at any rate, we have Defender of the Faith, which also gives us a slight penalty, but it's fine. We're set. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We will get a little bit of increased trade efficiency, which is nice, and we are ready to go. So I'm not going after Sind yet, but basically the Sind area is where I'm going to create my next vassal. I'm going to create Baluchistan. Baluchistan is just going to explode through Sind, and all that good jazz. Moldavia, I'm going to have expanding through the Commonwealth like a plague. And I don't know what I'm going to do to Genoa, honestly. I guess Moldavia could go through Genoa as well, but it's just a matter of how we want to handle it. At any rate, I don't think that we'll have too much difficulty at this point in annexing everything, but bear in mind that this is my first time trying this, and while mathematically it seems like I'm set, like I should be fine, I could be misjudging what is actually the sort of like the core thing that's going to cause me problems. So we are going to go ahead and make sure that we have all of our armies in place for the fight against the Commonwealth. And once, let's see, how much we can call Austria into this. So they will unfortunately have to fight Liege, but that doesn't make much difference anymore. We've now reached the point of inevitability, so we don't have to worry too much about the peace in the empire modifier going away for a little bit, because we can't lose any of this stuff. So that being said, we do not need this alliance anymore, and we don't need these royal ties anymore. We are the courier controller, so we do not need to worry about this. So we're going to go ahead and break our royal ties with them. We don't have any diplomats to send, so we are going to actually call back this diplomat, because right now we need to start securing extra thingers here. Okay, so we're going to break royal ties with Switzerland as well, because all of these extra things are just not useful for us right now. So we have a bunch of diplomatic relations. Let's see. Mines is... Here we go. I'm going to break royal ties with them. And we are going to dissolve this alliance on the 16th. And it's not a big deal to lose this, because while yes, it's going to piss off everyone in the Empire, there's no elections, so we don't give a crap. And while yes, that will make them harder to get Revoke the Privilegia, it doesn't matter, because it's going to be so long before we get Revoke the Privilegia anyway that we don't really care. So we have other electors who are, or sorry, other people who are going to be voting that are going to take longer. So we're going to go ahead and dissolve this alliance. We broke our alliance with Saxony. And let's see, are we still... Good, so breaking that alliance with Saxony gives us the option to do some other stuff. We need a royal marriage with Naples, because Naples is... they're our vassal. Let's see. So we can go ahead and dissolve the alliance with Switzerland. We are going to need to revoke the guarantee before that's done. And let's see, what else do we need? We're basically just waiting until 62 and 62. So we broke our alliance with Switzerland. And Switzerland canceled the military access. And are we done? No, we still need to revoke our guarantee. I'm so glad that we got the Curia at this particular point in time. So the 27th for them. How about Saxony? We don't need Saxony, I forgot, we're done with them. Okay, so we can revoke the guarantee on Mainz. And we can revoke any other guarantees or anything to revoke. Okay, so Switzerland, revoke guarantee. Okay, we should be down to 4 now. Yes. So we're now at 4 diplomatic relationships. And now everybody's going to start coming out of the woodworks going, ooh, pick me. You want a relationship with me, right? You don't want an extra vassal? Okay, so we're done with them. We just need these guys. Just need to dissolve this alliance. So we do have substantially negative relations with these people now. They're a little annoyed with us. We can dissolve our alliance here, and there we go. So we've broken our alliance with Mainz, and we are pretty much set here. We have to do something else because we are not done. Mines, we probably have... Yeah, we have trade power from them. So on the 17th we can cancel that. That is not one of the things that we need. Okay, so we have royal marriage with them, and this should be good. And hopefully soon we'll get a chance to... So July, I do hope that I have enough troops hanging around. This is... I don't really have enough troops in any given place to handle the Commonwealth army. So the Commonwealth has a rank 19 military. We have a rank, what, 20? Oops. I'm completely covering the video. And I need to reload this because when I end the stream it confuses my computer. So... let's see. Do I need these? I don't think I need those troops. We have 200,000 troops somewhere. And some of them are hiding again, I think. Let me take a look. So we have these guys, we have these guys, these guys. No, we don't have any hiding, it's just that I don't know how to count. So we have about 100,000 troops up here, a little more than that. And we're going to be able to declare war on the Commonwealth with those troops soon. Where are you? Who's it? You guys? No. So we're canceling the trade power, and there we go. We're now at 3 out of 6 relationships. And we can now create a bunch of vassals that way. So turn this into a city. Sounds like a great mission to me. And let's take a look here. Can we get this yet? No. So we convert those guys. One of the foremost defenders of the Catholic faith. I can't imagine who could possibly be considered a defender of the Catholic faith who's even in, like, competition with me. I mean, what do I care? I mean, we have plenty of religious unity here. I don't think that we give a crap about silly nonsense like that. That being said, we are going to have to declare war on these guys very soon. I'm looking forward to this. So, I have so long to go. It's exciting. No, don't want your alliances. So we now have the ability to create 3 more vassal states. So what that means is that we can have 3 separate sets of overextension running at the same time. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to, where I'm going to create them. It might be a good idea to go after Ming soon. The problem is that I'm lazy. And I think that going after Ming is going to be a bit of a. It's going to be difficult to take out the Ming army. They have like 100,000 troops, with some like piddling little army. So I'm going to have to use a proper army to fight them, and I don't really want to send my fleet all the way back to the east. I think that that's just going to be time-consuming and irritating, having to fight wars on opposite ends of the world. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to create a... Is there anyone here? I could recreate the Ottomans if I wanted. I could create Armenia. I think Armenia... What? I don't know what religion Armenia is. I think it's a Christian nation now. Bear in mind, I think that it's predominantly Christian now. I could be wrong. I don't know what it was back then. So... I don't know anything about anything, so don't listen to me when I talk about that kind of nonsense. And we're gonna go after the Commonwealth. We just have to wait for this to go away. Just go away. No more peace treaty. Go away. Abandon ye. Voluntary. And we want to make sure that we do this as well. So do we have 12 coming in next month? No. Okay, our truce with the Commonwealth has ended. We can now declare war on the Commonwealth. We do not have to worry too much. And now we get into a gigantic European war. This war is going to be crazy sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to annex Transylvania off the bat and give that to Moldavia. And we're going to have to make sure that during the war we actually give the territory to Moldavia first, because otherwise we're going to have to hang on to it ourselves, which we don't want. Liege is going to be brought into the war, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do to, you know, combat that. Genoa is going to be involved in the war, which is great because I can take some territory from them. So what I'm probably going to try to do is not focus on the Commonwealth first, but focus on the Commonwealth last. I have territory that I can take from Milan. I have territory I can take from, whatever these people are called, from Genoa, from Transylvania, all of these people except Liege. So I just want to piece Liege out of the war, and everyone else we're going to be taking stuff from. So let's go for this. It would be kind of convenient to have more allies, but you know what? Who needs allies? Well... except Austria. Love you, Austria. Okay, so we're going to move on in. And hopefully Austria will be able to handle Milan. I think Milan is probably... Let's take a look. Milan has 70,000 troops, and Austria has 100,000, so I'd guess that Austria can probably handle Milan. And if they can't, then... Me and Austria are gonna have a stern talk. What the heck is going on with these ships? Okay, let's get this down. And do I need these ships anywhere in particular? Yes, because I need to deal with the Milanese sieges. So there's 66,000 troops there. And I think I'm going to go for sending these guys over to Liege, I guess. I want to piece Liege out of the war ASAP. Oh boy. I guess spending 2,000 extra men is not a big deal. Truce of Trier has ended. So, whose ships were those? Seriously? Okay, well we're just gonna put these guys back. I can't believe that happened. Okay, so... moving right along. I had one ship there, and that ship managed to defend itself. So we're gonna put these guys... can these guys go here? Yes. Okay, so... I'm gonna put a dude in charge here. what's going on over here? I do not have any fortresses up here, so I'm a little concerned about this army. That being said, they can't really jump me if they have 90,000 troops. Well, okay, not 90,000, but close to 90,000 troops showing at the same time. And this army is not very well led, actually. I mean, it's not a bad leader, but it's not a god tier leader like I'm used to dealing with. So what we can do is we can merge these armies together here and just charge these guys. Because we can probably get someone who's at least as competent as that guy. So this guy here will eliminate any penalties from crossing because they don't have any mobility on their guy. So we will have 4 shock, they will have 2 fire, and it'll be good. So we will be flanking them. Their cavalry are pretty much negated as a result. And I think we should be able to win this pretty solidly. What I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to set this place as a war goal for Austria. Because right now, Austria is sending troops over here to the east. I want Austria dealing with Milan. Milan is the main threat right now. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of troops annihilated. Okay, so the Commonwealth just lost a lot of troops there, but it's not gonna really impact them much. The Commonwealth does not really give a crap if they lose troops. They're just too big right now. So basically they can just supply themselves with extra mercenaries and stuff like that from now until Kingdom Come. This is a fully maintained fort, and I didn't realize that. We need to actually take this province as well if we're going to get a 100% war score against these guys. They have 2 forts in 2 provinces. So, our royal marriage... Oh my god, that guy is amazing. I think that losing a bit of tax modifier is fine. And we're just gonna pop up to Bihar here. And good. By sending this guy as setting that as their goal, their war goal, they are actually sieging down that province. The problem is that the rest of the Austrian army is nowhere to be seen. Where the hell did they go? Oh, here they are. The rest of the Austrian army is doing other stuff, and the problem with that is that these guys are going to finish their siege and charge these guys over here in Milan. They're not defending their army over here. So, actually, I need to go deal with Liege. And where is the rest of my army? This army over here can just charge in on these guys. Okay, so we've dealt with the army of Liege, and now we have to deal with the fact that Austria is getting itself pwned by the Milanese. We just won the siege of Hunyad. And let's see, Transylvania, sue for peace. Not quite. And we need to fully siege it anyway. We do not want to get over here, but we do want to take out this guy here if we can. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, because they have 60,000 troops here, and hopefully Good. It looks like Austria is... Whoa! Hello! Hi, fellas! How's it going? Are you gonna arrive 17th? Okay, well this is... actually going pretty one-sided, even though we're really outnumbered 4-1. So... now there's 120,000 troops on our side fighting, which is a little extreme. Okay, so we finished that fight, and we're going to send these guys back over to our territory. Hopefully Austria will start moving in on Milan, because if they don't, it's going to make my life difficult. We're going to send these troops over to Liège, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to easily siege the territory over in Liège, but we should be okay. Okay, so these guys have a pretty massive army. So we have to really hope that we never have to deal with the full forces of Milan and the Commonwealth combined. Naples has 22,000 troops now. But yeah, unfortunately Austria is sending the majority of their troops too far away. Holy crap! These retreating armies just retreated straight into my army here. Unfortunately, I don't know how this is gonna go. I guess we're gonna win? I was not expecting them to retreat straight into my forces. On the plus side, we lost 6,000 infantry. They lost more than twice that number of troops, and it's a combined grouping, so... that is unfortunately less than stellar. Let's see, they have a rank 20 military, so if they're willing to attack me here, I've got a feeling like they figure they're gonna win. Then again, I mean, 1-4. They're gonna get a crossing penalty. They're not gonna. This just seems like a bad play for them. I could be wrong. They might have a really good army of some sort, but yeah, this seems like just a bad engagement. I don't know why they went in on this. Like, if they had rolled really well, then they maybe could have gotten an even fight. Ah, I see. They have more troops coming. So, they just have an unlimited swarm of troops that they're just going to keep sending, and it's a good idea to just get these guys away. I should be able to retreat with these guys. I'm not going to be able to get them out here, but I should be able to retreat with them before any more attackers can show up. Because if I just leave them here, then they're gonna get annihilated very, very slowly. And slowly is the operative word here. I think we can actually take them out here. I think we can win this fight. Because my cannons are awesome. Fire, fire, fire. Not a 1! Oh, we get a 1! Oh, man. So, we took out just as many troops as they took out. We lost a few cannons. They lost a lot of stuff. And that was about as bad a fight as we can have against the Commonwealth, I guess. Now, we're just going to send these guys back, and they're just going to chill, because we can just put them over in... not here, it's a good place. We'll put them in Narva. And with them hanging out in Narva, they should be relatively safe to just hang out. Okay, so that being said, we now need to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our troops. I think that once we finish with Transylvania, we're going to move on to Milan, because right now Milan is causing us problems over here. Austria is sort of putzing around and not engaging. They're just running back and forth over and over and over again. They're currently chilling over here again, ensuring that oh, hello! Okay. And I didn't do the thing that I needed to do. We're currently not getting what we need out of our diplomatic stuff. It is July of 63. Ew, did we let the thing wear off? Increasing our mind, it is still here, and I'm dumb. So we lost our chance to get that 5% bonus because I am a dum-dum. We're going to get the fort defense bonus, which shouldn't help too much because I don't think that my territory is going to be under siege that much, to be honest. But it's okay. So we're going to have Moldavia control this. And I could increase my stability if I want. Okay, so we're going to be able to peace Liege out. And once we peace Liege out, we will be... ooh, Jesus! That is a lot of troops! Luckily, Austria is in the region. Unluckily, they're not anywhere... They're not behaving like they should be. Oh, Jesus, I don't have a leader. Did he die? Okay, this is the right guy to have on there. Unfortunately, this is taking forever. Getting my troops there is taking way too long, and I think we're going to lose the initial fight before my troops... Never mind, the Austrians showed up. I think that was forced march. Okay, so Austria saves the day. We do not lose the siege. Whew. That is a gigantic army coming from the Commonwealth. But yeah, we've just got a meat grinder situation coming on here. Luckily, my army is kind of specialized for a meat grinder situation. So, I don't have a huge number of infantry that are... Did they seriously just lose their 656 ruler? Oh, you poor bastards. They had an amazing ruler. And they lost him already. Oh, cool. So we just completed a mission. And French Canada now exists. We're not going to call it French Canada. What are we going to call French Canada? This is an area in the frozen north. So we're going to call it the frozen north. That's what it is. Okay, and we have not finished the siege yet. I'd like to. There we go. So this siege is done. We can give this territory to Moldavia, and Transylvania has no way of stopping us from just annexing them. So, peace them out. Boom. Now Moldavia can start coring this crap, which will be nice. And we can start sending our troops back this way toward the Milan troops. We finished the siege of Liege. We can peace them out. We want them to annul treaties with the Commonwealth and Brittany and Genoa. Everybody who is not a member of the Empire. There we go. So now we have Milan over here. We're going to send our troops in this general direction. And we want to, I guess, send all of our troops this way. Because the war in the West is being lost badly right now. Right now, Austria, because of their insistence on sending 60,000 troops over here, when they have 60,000 enemy troops to deal with, is losing huge numbers of troops. There's huge casualties in this region, and we just need to deal with this. I was hoping that Austria would just deal with these guys, but they're not. They have not been doing that job for me. Okay, so these guys are in Lika now. They now have 70,000 troops here. And did we take... Oh, this is the objective that I set for Austria, isn't it? Okay, so we need to set this as the objective for Austria now. And merge these armies together. 2,000 will each arm this month. Unfortunately, we don't have any territory of theirs that we can really easily hold. Parma is okay. So we're going to head into Mantua, and we're going to just try our best to deal with this. Now, these guys are now coming north, which is an interesting decision. And we're not going to get any of this stuff until the increased narrow-minded penalty goes away. Luckily, these guys have decided to engage in a poor fight. This is bad terrain for them to be fighting in. They're going to be heavily outnumbered in a second because we've got 30,000 coming in from there, and we have another 50,000 coming in from the east side. So we have 60,000 cannons in this fight. Holy crap. Okay, so the problem that Milan now has is that unless they actually send their ships, or sorry, unless they send their troops completely out of Italy, they can't really hold their own here now. They're going to have to either retreat out of Italy completely, which they are not doing. So we're going to just walk over to Piedmont, which I believe is where they're going to be heading. Nope, they're not heading to Piedmont. I don't think so. Where are you going? I can't get to where they're going necessarily. So we're just going to go ahead and try to get to... Where the hell are you going? Are they going to Umbria? No. Okay, so they're going here. So what we're going to do is move our fleet and go attack them, because we can actually get... And we're gonna move these guys out of here too. We don't need our troops here and Austria's troops at the same time. Okay, that being said, I need to keep an eye over on the east side. All my troops are gone from here. So the Commonwealth is getting attacked by Austria again, and we have our fortress here being attacked. So we're going to go ahead and attack this army here. Now they will either have to back out with these troops, or this army will just get eradicated completely. Either way, I'm canceling one of their sieges, and potentially both of them. The rest of their troops can't help because the rest of their troops are retreating right now. So... there's about a 1 in 3 chance, and they did not get it. So there was about a 1 in 3 chance that we got kind of screwed over there, and it did not happen to us. So where on earth? They have to be right here still. It's okay. Okay, so those guys are down, and now we're just going to walk straight into Piskov and cut those guys off as well. Because this army has been resupplying this whole time, and is now back up to full, well, it's not anymore, but it was up to full potential when I attacked that first army. So now we'll attack this army. These guys have 4 fire, which is pretty good, but we should be okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move these guys into province. And that's actually silly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these guys to Parma, because I can siege this province down. Unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna need to send this army over here instead. Okay, we're gonna move all these troops in. I don't think my troops are gonna arrive in time, and that is my fault. That is not their fault. I underestimated just how quickly they would recover and set an attack in again. That said, it is farmland, and we can just move these guys back to Narva. So those sieges over here have been completely cancelled. And how is it that we got... Oh, take Mansour. For some reason, I keep thinking that I've got a holy war going when I'm fighting Catholics, and that's not happening. Okay, so they have a pretty good army set up here, actually. I don't think that we should attack them. I think that we should defend our territory down here, and that's it. Because right now, these guys have potentially the more powerful army than I have. So I need to get my troops down here, and all these damn fortresses they have are really, really cutting into my ability to get to where I need to be. I'm actually going to have to move these guys out, because they are in a very dangerous position right now. Okay, so we have pulled these guys out. These guys are all going to stay here, and these guys are going to come right over here. So we will have 80,000 troops. We will be defending in farmland across a river. Farmland isn't great. We have 2 mobility and 4 fire on this guy. So this guy with 2 mobility is not going to be able to negate the penalty. So this should be good for us. We should win pretty single-handedly. Yep. And the only reason that we're able to win this is that they have decided to attack into us, because I do think they have better troops than us. Everybody has better troops than us right now, because we are the only ones in the game probably that do not have a thinger. So I'm going to send some troops into Parma. I think I'm going to send this army to Parma. We don't really have a way of getting to them before they're able to turn around and go back the other direction. So we're just going to chill our troops in Parma here. So we have a general. Our general has no siege. Okay. We have 27,000 troops over here. Slowly but surely, we are going to be winning this. I really wish that these troops would all be heading toward Milan to piece them out of the war. Okay, so we just took Novara. And we're gonna go... We can't even... The problem is that we have to... They're so dense, the forts here, that it's making our lives a lot more difficult. The fort density here makes it so that we can barely move. We've already taken one of their forts, and yet we can still barely move around here. So let's take a look at how things are going. The Commonwealth currently has... They still have the same number of troops. They're just supplying mercenaries now. So let's take a look. How is their economy doing? Because during the last war, they took a bunch of loans, and they're taking a bunch of loans this war as well. But it doesn't seem to be impacting their economy much at all. So the Austrians are fighting here. I think that the Austrian army should win, but maybe not. Looks like they're losing. Yeah. This is going to be close, but I can't even tell who's going to win that. Not from here. Because as this number of troops that the Austrians have shrinks, the fight is going to start going more and more against them until they stop dealing any damage, so they can't get any morale going out against the opponents. So let's see, Commonwealth has 75,000 troops, 40,000 of which are here. Yeah, I don't actually know who's going to win this. Okay, so they just sent troops over here to attack us again. This is farmlands, unfortunately, so we are in trouble. I'm pretty sure that diplomatic insult was an accident and not intentional. And it looks like they are going to lose this pretty handily. We have way more cannons than them. It doesn't help us that much, though. We don't actually have a big enough front line right now to utilize all these cannons. So we just took out 4,000 of their cannons. Then again, maybe we do have enough of a front line to utilize our cannons. So this army is going to come back here. And so is this army. This army here is going to come here. Because we really need to reinforce our armies. This is hills, so we should be able to defend it until we need to. And who won? It looks like Austria won this fight. So they barely pulled out a win over here. And we can actually charge in over here if we want. We could go to attack these guys in Breslau. And is that a good idea? I guess it is. We have a huge amount of manpower to burn through during this war. The key is just how quickly we can get our troops back as opposed to how much energy we're utilizing overall. So if we can take Parma, that won't actually help us a lot in terms of mobility, which is unfortunate. Alright, I don't want to send these guys out of here. I want to leave them right here. I have colonists that need to be sent out, so we're going to send some colonists out to Canada. Canada. Luckily, the colonization game is not terribly important in this run. I'm not planning on getting every single province in the game. All I care about is getting, you know, world conquest achieved. I'd like to get sort of like a one tag if I can, and I just don't know if it's feasible for this playthrough. I don't know whether I've gone fast enough to accomplish it. If I have, then great. And these guys cannot go here. The Commonwealth has 88,000 soldiers. I'm just gonna pull these guys back, probably. What do we think? You know what? No, I'm gonna send them over here, and if we do that, then the Commonwealth will have to choose which side they're gonna attack. If they attack my side, then that's fine. We'll actually be able to push them back at least one fight, I think. No guarantees. And the reason that the war score is so bad right now is just because we do not have control of the place that we have set as the war goal, which is completely irrelevant for our purposes because the war goal isn't what we care about. So these guys are probably going to go attack these guys over here, so we're going to pull them back because, you know what, I think we're going to head them into Parma. And that was a bad idea because now I have to fight in Navarra again. So we have 58,000 troops. And unfortunately, a large portion of this is going to be decided in the shock phase, but looks like we're okay. Now, militarily speaking, I do think that... Oh, wow, we have an extra leader again. I'm not actually sure that I need to have a +3 general here. I think that I'm going to stick someone with discipline in instead, just because I don't have any use for military points right now, so I don't know why I'm investing in an advisor who's not actually helping me at all. So we're going to take these guys and put them here, and this whoops. Okay, okay, I don't know what the hell I did here. Okay, these guys need to stay here, and we need to send these guys. So these armies are both consistent of largely mercenaries, but more importantly, they're all infantry. So my infantry armies need to just chill in Montferrat, because in Montferrat, they can recharge. I can reinforce them properly, because it's my territory. You reinforce at half the speed if you are not in your own territory. And that includes vassal territory. Vassal territory is not yours, it's your vassals. So always have your troops in your own personal territory when you are trying to recover troops. So we're now going to take Genoa because it's a rank 4 fort as opposed to a rank 5 fort over here. And if I don't know whether we're getting the bonus right now, and we won't get the bonus if these guys move away, so we're just going to chill here. And let's see. The Austrians are fighting with the Commonwealth, and it looks like the Austrian army has finally broken. So the strategy that the Commonwealth has been doing to just send soldiers, you know, good soldiers after bad, seems to be working reasonably well for them. So we're going to build another full military regiment. And let's see, are these guys mercenaries that I'm hiring, or are these? I think these are normal ones, so I'm gonna have to adjust that because I don't want to be building a bunch of infantry all the time. So we're gonna go over here. Can we get there? No. Okay, so right now we're just going to send these guys to Polotsk, I guess. And we now need to be concerned about the Commonwealth's forces over here. So let's take a look here. What can we take from Milan? Milan is currently losing. We have only 20% war score though, which is not enough to take anything meaningful from them. What we could do is piece out Milan separately, and the only thing that we do is annul their treaty with the Commonwealth. If we do this, then what we can do is we can just declare war on them on their own later. And we can actually not do this because it's going to be too costly. So we're going to get rid of their treaty with the Commonwealth. Milan is out of the war. I'll be able to go after them pretty soon because the treaty isn't going to be a very long one. And now the Commonwealth is on its own. And I think they realize it because they seem to be retreating these troops out of Austria now. So those troops in Polotsk are just going to chill, and we should be able to start just pushing them back on all fronts because it's just them and Genoa. So can we do anything to Genoa? I don't think so. Not yet. Okay, so this is an army that is reasonably well balanced, but it's still a Commonwealth army that won't stand a chance against our militaries. Okay, so it's been 3 years that we've been at war with these guys. In those 3 years, we have not actually taken the war goal. And what have we accomplished? I guess we took Transylvania, so we annexed Transylvania this time. And now we are going to go take out that army. This is a big army of almost exclusively cannons. So, we just lost the siege of Antioch. Where's Antioch? Oh wow, Genoa's over here. They finally sieged Antioch down. I'm surprised that it took that long, actually. Because I thought that they were making pretty substantial progress, but we're actually going to wait with this army because I don't think it's a good idea to go in there. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves a royal marriage with them again. And let's see how much territory we can take from the Commonwealth in one war. Moldavia is big enough that we can core all of this. This whole thing is a border with them. So that's all Moldavia bordered. And we can take this. And Jesus Christ, we're almost capped on admin power. So we're gonna, before I forget, because I will forget, we're gonna spend this. Do we want to do this? Do we have something else? I don't think so. I wish we had something else to do first, because we do still have that unfortunate penalty. But this is farmland. These guys are attacking Damascus. These guys are going to Ostmark. I'm not sending these troops into Ostmark until these guys are together, but now we're sending the whole thing to Ostmark. So this is hopefully... Yes. We are on defense. We just lost the siege of Poznan, which is fine. And we are just going to crush them here. Oh, that's 2 9s in a row. Well played. And that is a lot of goddamn damage. Okay, so we are sieging up in the north. Now is the time that we want to deal with Genoa, because Genoa is causing us problems. So we won the siege of Polotsk, and we're going to move on to... Where's their capital? That is a lot of fortresses here, holy crap. They have a lot of fortresses, but they're all low-level fortresses. I don't actually see their capital. I think their capital might just have a capital fort and nothing else defending it. Is Austria gonna go attack there? They're leaving, no. So royal marriage offer from the knights. I don't want a royal marriage with the knights. Okay, so now that I think about it, we could just send this army up to deal with these guys, and we're going to. So Genoa is going to be dealt with by our African army, and this army here will probably just stick around to deal with the troops that are up here. That should make things easier for me. It'll make things easier on Austria and all my other allies. Austria only has medium war enthusiasm right now, so they're gonna get out of the war if I don't start taking the war goal. Where is the war goal? It is Mansour. Where's Mansour? And Mansour does not require that I take a fortress, so it will be very quick for me to take this down. And that's good. We needed to get a fort, it would be more difficult. Okay, we have... Looks like everyone's backing me for the Imperial throne. I guess the lack of electorate is useful for us. And let's see. I don't need to do anything over there right now. And these guys don't need to fight Milan, so we're going to go ahead and just pop into the Venice, Gulf of Venice, I guess. You know what, never mind. We're just going to chill in Genoa. An extra 3 gold! Yay! So let's take a look at the Constantinople, the Commonwealth Army. The Commonwealth Army is currently 65,000 strong, so they have about 40,000 troops somewhere other than these, and they're getting to the point now where they're not going to be able to send anyone to attack this backline unit. This backline unit that just keeps taking all their fortresses. They can't do anything about them because right now they're just too big an army to attack. Could they defend against this army? Probably. But they're not going to be able to attack this army with 4 mobility in any province that has a river. So what I need to do now, if I want to keep Austria in the war, is I need to take Mansour and keep it. Because the higher my war score gets, because right now we're at -6, but 17 of that is just from the fact that we don't hold that province. So these guys are going to where? I guess they're going to Gaza. So we're going to go meet them at Gaza. We currently have 200 papal influence stored up. I guess maybe we should invest in the next cardinal, huh? Okay, our truce with Hesse has ended. That doesn't matter because we can't attack Hesse anyway. And there we go. Alright, well, that's all well and good. Our second army is getting underway. We're going to go ahead and split this army in half. Send these guys to Kharkov. And these guys will... Yeah, we're gonna have to take back our forts, unfortunately. This is the problem with having forts. So our truce with Aachen has ended. Something else that we cannot declare war on anyway. So we've taken Mansour, which means that we are currently ahead. Austria's war enthusiasm has increased a bit as a result. So they're at 31, so they have an additional 10 right now. This is a level 6 fort. Holy shit, Genoa. These fortresses. So where's their capital? So this is their capital is Kaffa. So that's good to know. Sieging down Genoa is not actually going to be an easy thing to do. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it this war. These guys are going to attack there. So we won the siege of Smolensk. Where's their capital? Here we go. Their capital is Warsaw. I'm not going all the way over there now. That's way too far away. So the Naples troops are going to get crushed here, which is unfortunate because it's going to slow me down. These guys are going to pop over here and take control of this region. Oh shit, I don't have a leader here. Why don't I have a leader with that army? So mistakes were made. On the plus side, these guys are going to the Zappo place. I think I should be able to arrive there. Oh wow, they're actually just sticking around here to siege. So we should be able to get here in time. Yep, definitely if they just hang around. I'm gonna just leave a sieging force here, and we're gonna send these guys in as well, just to make sure. And that doesn't really make much sense to do it the way that these guys are doing it. Can I now go there? Nope. Sending an extra 16,000 cannons. Not exactly the most useful thing in combat necessarily, but that keeps us safe over here. Austria is perfectly safe with their siege. They have the same number of troops. And an equal number of troops when you have the dramatically superior army means that you are absolutely set. This gives you a lot of good bonuses. I'll wait until next year to get this. Nice. Okay. So once we take this, we'll be able to start mowing through the Genoese provinces. Is it Genoese or Genoan? I think it's Genoese, actually. I think that's the thing that I've been seeing here in this game. I guess I should have taken that unrest penalty when I had the chance. Every time I see Pasai, I keep thinking Paise. It's like, what are you embarrassed about? We're the most, ridiculous army in the world. Paise means embarrassed. I think it's Malay. You can never be entirely sure when you don't know the languages. Let's see. Let's go ahead and send him to Rome. We just won one of our sieges. And we're going to go ahead and send these guys down here, I guess. We're going to go ahead and send them over here, and from there they will walk there when they finish the siege. So we're up to 26% now. Austria seems to have lost a fight. I don't know how they lost a fight. And the fact that they lost a fight is actually pretty troublesome for me. Okay, so we will slowly but surely siege down all of this crap. And my intention with Genoa is to probably just take a little bit out of them. I don't need to take all of their territory. The Netherlands have colonies now? Well, it's a good thing they're about to become my vassals. I probably should have taken that province so that nobody could settle there, but... We still don't have a leader in this army. We could probably fix that. And we can, yeah, we just need to send these guys over here. Never mind. No! Damn it! They're too far away now. Okay, fine. We're just gonna send them all the way over here. And pick up a leader, and then bring him back. Milan has announced Austria's arrival. This guy has 1 siege skill. Good enough. We won the siege of Antioch, which is good because now we can finally send our troops up and start sieging this Genoan stuff. We're going to siege the crappy fortress, not the god-tier fortress that they have over there. And let's take a look at how many troops the Commonwealth has now, because I do have to be... They have 44,000 troops left. So the Commonwealth has ground itself into dust against my armies and the armies of Austria. This is their entire army, and it's just going to continue to deteriorate from here. Even as they fight Austria, if they fight Austria into a stalemate where Austria pieces out, it doesn't actually help them any, because Austria isn't what they should be concerned about. I have 160,000 troops currently sieging their provinces. So, and importantly, they're sieging the provinces in the war zone. So I'm going to be taking all this territory from Genoa. I'm going to be taking all this territory up here from these guys, and it's going to be awesome. And we've taken this, so we can now move down to this place here. Yeah, these level 6 forts are problematic for me. Given how irritating these level 6 forts are, I'm going to go ahead and give them to my vassal. Yay, light unto the world. I'm just going to split this army in half, or rather this navy in half. Okay, so yes. The Pope reaffirms our legal right to colonial Canada. Nobility are declining in power. Now May, do we still have... Nope, we don't. So we can go ahead and start investing into technologies. There we go. And we can... I'm not going to do this. Actually, I'm going to do this right now. The reason being that I do intend to spend a little bit... Actually, do I want to? Who's my next ruler? My next ruler has 4, and I get... In order to do this, I need an administrative skill of at least 5. I don't know if I'm going to ever get to the point where I can do this. It would be really, really nice to have absolute monarchy. But I don't think I'm going to spend the administrative power on it. Absolute monarchy is great. It gives you extra discipline and drops your monthly autonomy every month, which is just very powerful. Iraq has accidentally insulted us. Iraq, rather, has accidentally insulted us. It can be safely assumed that it's an accident because nobody's going to deliberately give Casus Belli to France right now. So I can't do this while I'm at war, but most people are willing to vote for it. And the people that aren't are just dum-dums. And they really are, actually. Like, it's not a very good idea to vote against anything that I'm going to try and pass, because if they vote no on that, then I have Casus Belli against them. And probably the most dangerous thing that any group can do right now in the entire world is inflict Casus Belli against themselves with the French Empire. And that's not even including the vassal swarm that I'd end up with. That vassal swarm is going to be crazy. The funny thing, though, is that by the time I get this vassal swarm, it'll be completely irrelevant. There's not going to be any battles that it's going to matter for. I guess it's basically going to allow me to fight the Commonwealth without having to actually fight the Commonwealth. So we just won the Siege of Crimea. We can now siege down their capital fort here. And let's see, what's our war score with Genoa now? We now have 41% war score. So that's good. I'm going to, I guess, not take... Maybe I will. We'll see. So Crimea is definitely something that we need to take. We're going to give this to Moldavia. And Moldavia will take that. war in Elodia. That sucks. As if their lives weren't hard enough. So we just won the Siege of Kaffa. And there we go. So that's their capital. I'm going to go ahead and give this over to Moldavia. And let's see. We're actually not going to be able to piece them out because they're currently engaged in a fight with us, so we're just going to hold this for now. We're going to send these guys over. Merge these. Send these guys over here. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't know what our war score is with Genoa right now. It is 59%. So, Crimea has a fort that we want to take, and so does this Amasya place. Those two places have high-level forts, and we want to take those forts as part of the treaty. That's important. This place also has a high-level fort. I don't think I can take all three, sadly. I guess I can check. I can. So I can take all these. Woo! We let them sort it out themselves. I don't think... Basically, if they can't sort it out themselves, then they're both going to be replaced. Right? Like, if that escalates, then the children are going to have to be punished. Right? You two play nice now. You're both in the wrong. I don't give a crap. I have better things to be doing than micromanaging you people. So, get with the program. If you do not get with the program, you will be removed. And we will find someone who will get with the program. And let's see. Did we finish the siege yet? Nope. And it looks like these guys might actually win. Austria might win this fight, which is kind of hilarious. And they just won that fight. So with Austria winning that fight, this war is going even more in our direction. And hopefully when we take this, we'll be able to get some of this Genoan territory. Actually, this province can be cored by Moldavia, so I want to take this with Moldavia as well. But I can't, actually. Well, I can't immediately. I can give it to them later. So we just won the siege over here. We're going to walk one tile to the left. They're facing south, so it's their left. And keep going. Now, Genoa is looking at 61%. Now, if I do take all of this stuff that I intend to take here, and I don't have a siege general here, and this is a really high level fort actually, so I don't have enough cannons either. I'm going to remove these infantry once this army arrives, because yeah, this is going to help a lot, but it's going to just kill us with attrition. Seriously? Okay, well fine, you can go to Cuban then. Okay, so these guys here are going into Trebizond. They're going to finish that fight soon. That siege, rather. And this is pretty much non-negotiable. If we take this peace treaty, we are eliminating every single major fortification that Genoa has. At that point, they either have to rebuild fortifications, which they really don't want to do. It's very expensive to build fortifications. Or they are just going to get crushed much faster in the next war. Because right now, I'm having to go through these ridiculous fortresses if I don't have to deal with the ridiculous fortresses anymore, and the best fortresses they have are tier 4 or tier 2 forts, life becomes very easy for me. So hopefully we can resolve this. Looks like Austria is coming this way. So we just lost the siege of Krakow, and that's fine, because we're just losing sieges over on the western side of the Commonwealth. And we just got the Conquest Casus Belli on Russia, which is kind of strange. Not sure how we did that. Let's see. Fort Vilna is under attack. We just won the siege of Trebizond. How about now? How now, brown cow? Okay, so we need to get a bit more war score. We're going to send these guys to Amasya just in case. If I actually have to be in Amasya, I will be very sad. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to finish just from this here. $28 is a long time. When do I get the next idea group? Oh, never mind. Holy crap, +2 artillery fire? Holy, that is a very big deal. +2 artillery fire is going to completely change the name of the game. Let's take a look at what artillery fire looks like now. That almost doubles the damage output of my cannons. And that's before we factor in the fact that we get a new cannon type as well. So we just won the Siege of Ukek, and we are running out of western fortresses here. That being said, we don't really... or sorry, eastern fortresses. We won another siege. There we go. So, Genoa, you ready to peace out? Nope, not quite yet. But they are very close to peacing out, so... I think we're going to send this army over here. And hopefully, once we've taken out this fleet, that will help. Any change here? Nope. We need a +6, so that's either what, like a year, or like a few provinces. So we can go ahead and just sit on this. We're just going to move on because Genoa is definitely going our way now. We will go ahead and move this to Moldavia. And so basically we're just going to give as much of this to Moldavia as possible. We'll let this siege continue because it will actually make our lives easier later on. And this army here is just going to start sieging behind. So we're going to send them to this place first. Got... Good. This looks like a balanced army. Is this a balanced army? Close. I'm going to send this army over to Bratislava. And these guys are now sieging our fortress over here. So we're going to change our minds and send this whole army up here. We have 76,000 troops here. And we have more than 76,000 troops here. We're actually going to send these guys as well. I have taken sufficient territory from them, and also I have ridiculously strong cannons now. This cannon upgrade is going to be pretty massive. So, anyway, These guys are going to accept this. They are not going to accept this. They will accept this. Okay, so we can take all of this territory from them. I think I'm actually just going to core Amazia myself. I'm not going to give it to my vassal because it's not going to cost us that much to core it. Let's see. Then again, this is probably Europe. Yeah, that's fine. And this will cause us to suffer some overextension, but not very much. And actually, all of that is just this, right? Yeah, so screw that. We are not coring this ourselves. We are going to give this to... Nope, we're coring it. We have to core it ourselves because otherwise we can't give as much territory to our vassal during the actual main event. I'm going to stop these guys here. And we should probably not have everybody here following the exact same path. So, Severia and Mobilev. Hopefully these guys do not win the thing here. They did not. They got a natural 1. Or natural 0. I don't actually know what it is in this one. But they got a natural minimum roll. Who are you at war with? Okay. Good. For a second I thought my vassals were fighting amongst themselves. I'm like, am I gonna have to take charge over here? Because I will be very angry if I have to directly control you people. I expect you to behave. Now, we are going to go ahead and send these guys in now, and these guys will come in as well. Damn it. Okay. And yeah, we're just gonna send our whole army in. Why not? That manpower. There we go. So, we're gonna have some painful attrition as a result of this, but we should also be able to start just trashing their armies. And I'm not sure how it is that we had such an even fight with such a weak military. Honestly, I'm very disappointed in my troops. So we're going to go ahead and just pop over here somewhere. I don't know where we're going to go. We're just going to follow those guys. This army is going to pop over to Bratislava. And we are going to go ahead and... Do we still have inflation? We should, right? Yeah, we have a little bit of inflation. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Prestige? I don't think I need any more prestige. I'm pretty set for prestige. Okay, these guys are going somewhere. They're going to Minsk. So we're just going to follow them. Now, we've got 44 or 45% war score, which is fine. It's not amazing. And these guys are going to Grodno now, which is probably on the way to somewhere else. So this is going to cause us problems because we're not going to be able to go immediately from there. Where are they going from here? Podlazi? Screw it, we're just going to Grodno. We can't actually approach them because they are going through a fort. Did they peace out here? Austria did not peace out. So Austria is still in the war. I don't know where their troops are. Oh, they have all their troops over there defending my territory. Good peeps, good peeps. Okay, so we've got 7% war score, or not war score. 7% of the way toward getting that. Georgia here is going to need to be... So that our attitude is hostile toward them. That way... There we go. You have a new ruler, congratulations. It's very exciting. And I'm just going to send this army Split. 2 at a time. There we go. And I just realized that I sent all of them out, and I need to leave one of them behind. So let me just do this. Okay, so doing this, we are going to slowly but surely reduce the number of places that they can hide their armies. At least that's the goal. So we need 12,000 men to reinforce our armies. Unfortunately, we're only gaining 1,594 every month. Okay, so we're gonna move these guys over to Ting. I'm gonna take these guys and move them into Canady. We're just gonna split them in half first. Send some of them to Bahamut. Okay, this could be split. Send some to Borgs. Send some of them to Penza. I don't think that the Commonwealth Army can walk past me right now without me seeing them. So here they are. So they can't be in this fog of war is the important thing. Okay, so you're standing still. Put you here. Okay, so this is 62% right now. We do not want to take any more with our own territory. That said, or rather, we don't want to take any more for ourselves. So all of this is going to have to go to Moldavia. Okay, so this is 99. These guys are 21% of the way done towards sieging down one of our forts, which is not super relevant, honestly. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I do need more mercenaries and fewer infantry units that are not mercenaries. Fewer non-mercenary infantry. Siege of Bratislava is over. We can go ahead and just attack these guys here in Moldavia. And we should be fine. I'm actually going to consolidate these regiments, because that will help me get an idea of just how many we won the Siege of Grodno. Send these guys up here. And should go easily enough. We have 4 mobility. They have 4 mobility, so we will be crossing a river. Wow, look at that! We just rolled a 1, didn't we? No, we didn't roll 1, did we? No, I think we did. Anyway, that was a lot of morale damage very quickly. Okay, so we need to start moving our people over. Okay, so that's much more what I was expecting to see in the last fight. And I don't know where they're going. But no matter where they're going now, I think these guys can catch up to them at a reasonable pace. So they're going to Helix. We don't need to go to Helix, though. So Lipstick just came under the occupation of France. And yes, I know it's not actually called Lipstick, but close enough. And they're going where now? Okay, so they're going northeast. So they're either going to Colm or to Kaluga. And if I had to guess, they're going to Colm, actually. They're going to send these guys to Kaluga. So I really hope these guys are going where I think they are, because if they're actually going to Kaluga, then they're gonna wipe out my army there. This only takes 96. So the call for peace has started, shocking nobody. It's been a very long war. Ah, so they actually just went to Kiev. They're right here. They did not go very far at all. And they're going to start running lower and lower on locations they can run to. Siege of the Middle. Okay. Did I not send somebody to Samaria? Oh wow, 2,600! Holy shit. Those fire phases, man! And again, that's not using the best artillery that I have available to me right now. That was a lot of damage. Okay, so these guys are going this way. I don't know where they're going. But if I had to guess, somewhere over here. And we are very close to piecing them out. Which is nice. So they're going southwest. So they're actually heading toward Austria's troops right now. So they might be going to Maramoros? So they're not heading toward Maramoros. They are going in the general direction that I was assuming that they were. They're just taking an interesting path to get there. 77%. Still a no. But we're getting very close. We're at 77% war score. They're willing to accept 94. Or rather, they'd be willing to accept 93. We only need one more point right now. So where is it? I'm guessing Poznan. That's my guess, because they're not here. They might be here. Nope, there they are. Found them. And the Austrians found him first. So it sucks to be them. Okay, we now have enough war score that we can do this, so we're going to call for peace as soon as this fight is over. We can't actually peace out while the fight's going on. If we could, we actually would. I don't have any reason to, piddle around with such a tiny amount of excess stuff. So this is 98% overextension. Let's take a look. Is this stuff all cored now? Crimea is... No, this stuff isn't even close to core. This fight has not gone on very long. Okay, so... With that being said, we then need to not just give territory to Moldavia. So are we going to create another... We could create Circassia right here. They'd be adjacent to Persia, so I could give them a little bit, and I'm going to do that. We're going to create Circassia. Yeah. Probably. Either Circassia or these people, whatever. Either way, we're going to create someone else and give some of this territory to them. And we'll just sort of split it up so that we don't end up with anyone over 100%. And that should work. So, we're going to go ahead and send this. Boink. So, Moldavia, congratulations. You get a boatload of territory. So Moldavia is going to get all the western territory because there's no reason not to keep my subjects relatively well stationed. So Grand Province, Zemplin, and Maramos. Maramaros. Oh, God. Moldavia is already really overextended. Halix. And Podolia. Podolia should be towards the top. Bratslav. Cherkasy. This would cause them to be overextended, so we can't give them that. Can we give them Zaporia? Yes, this will put them at 96%, and that's the end of what we're going to give them for now. Once they finish coring some stuff, we will continue giving them more of this territory. We're not going to core any of this crap ourselves. So, now we get to release a nation. So we're going to release Circassia. And there we go. Wait, what? If I create Crimea, they would get Monsieur, Tin, and... Oh, actually I could give them this. And that's fine. And then I can just give them... And they're Catholic. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and release... What do you mean Crimean Pretender Rebels? How on earth do they have Pretender Rebels within the first 3 seconds of their existence? Are you kidding me? Okay. So, that's a thing that just happened. Come on, guys, get with the program. Okay, so Crimea needs to be given some territory. We will grant them Circassia. And we will grant them Mingrelia. And there we go. So, we now have Crimea and Moldavia taking nice little chunks out of the Commonwealth, and in the future, when we're going after the Commonwealth, we'll be able to use them as well. So, right now, I need to worry about upgrading my stuff here. We're not quite at the point where we're getting rank 23. We still have another 20 years, it looks like. Holy crap. Before we're at that point. So I might need to annex some people over here. I think I'm going to. I'm going to just annex Oman and all that jazz. I might do some work on Sind as well. So Persia is probably my next big conquest, because I do not currently have a peace treaty with them, and I can take a bunch of territory with these guys. So who has the claim on them? The Commonwealth. Oh, that's not useful to me. Okay, I will be right back, so I'm going to go ahead and just post an ad up because it'll take me a minute or two. So, alright, there we go. I shall return in a moment. And we're back. Figure that that's a better way to spend time than just having you guys stare at nothing. I mean, ads are not exactly the most entertaining thing, but they're better than nothing, I think. So, and that, yes, that is why I run the ads, not from a financial standpoint, just from a, I don't like having downtime standpoint. Okay, so now we are ready to go into the next thing. Now, we have enough administrative power here that it's pretty clear we're going to have to go aggressive into someone. We're not going to be able to just spend these points on administrative tech without getting ahead again. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to go after Oman, and I think we're going to go after Persia at the same time, because we want to start expanding Crimea. Crimea has, what, 2 provinces? I think there's only the... Yeah, they have 2 provinces right now that are not core. And that's silly. We need them to have some overextension. So and we also need... So in 2 years we'll be able to go after Milan. Currently they're allied with Baden, Hesse, and Cologne. And if we can go after Milan again, with them only allied to those kinds of entities and none of these major alliances, then we should be in good shape. So let's take a look at Persia's army. Persia has 61,000 troops. They have a rank 19 army, which means that while they're not completely useless, they're close. And these guys are allied with the Dock, and we will have our truce with them ending relatively soon as well. In 3 years we'll be able to go into Russia, but we can go into Persia right now. And we should do so. We have way too many guys just running around over here. Okay, so the other thing that I need to do is, first of all, we're going to change this template. And instead we are going to have 20 mercenaries. I'm going to actually have 6 cavalry. and 15 of these. And this will be my new basic army. So this is 41,000 troops, and that is a good basic army template, I think, for what we're doing. Now, we do need to wait maybe about a year or so before we can build one of these. We can go ahead and get this army over there as well, but we need to start utilizing less. Of this crap. So we are at 36% overextension. We can go ahead and replace our swivel cannons with these guys, and our cannons are going to start tearing people to shreds. Commonwealth is no longer a valid rival, so we have just surpassed them. It's not giving us a message that we need a new rival, so we do not have any valid rivals right now. We are just too big. And we just had a military leader die, which is unfortunate. And we can have another military leader if we want. Oh, I guess it's because we're leading Curia. Okay, so I want to have at least as many troops as Persia has in the area before I go ahead and attack them. That said, I also need to take some territory for myself. Oman has... who is it? Oman doesn't have any allies. So going after Oman is a good idea. So let's actually send this army down here. So once these troops over here start accumulating in this area, we'll be able to attack Persia. And once this army arrives down here, we'll be able to attack Oman. So we'll be able to do one sort of like tech advancement here. And that'll be good. But we don't want to do more than that right now. We want to wait. Okay, so let's see. Base of China. I'm not terribly concerned about that right now. Like to have these guys showing up somewhere nice. Royal marriage offer from Austria, that's something that we should go ahead and do. And yearly legitimacy +1. We've already got +3 legitimacy per year, so I don't think that we need that. That said, we actually do need to deal with these Crimean pretender rebels, who have pretty good general, actually. So this is 2,000 of each type. Crimea has a rank 22 military, so let's see. I do need to keep an eye on Moldavia, because once these things finish coring, I will want to take it. And that's interesting, actually, because I could have created Crimea here and not given this territory to Moldavia. And I probably should have. That would have been better for me. So if I do this... These are steps. I don't actually know how my troops will fare against these guys. I guess the Moldavian troops are going to show up as well, so we'll find out. It's not a huge risk. Now these guys need to go somewhere nice. I think we're going to split them. And with these guys in place, I am actually ready to attack here. Okay, we only have 40,000 troops here. It's very sad that this place does not have good enough potential for that. Okay, so we have 9-4 and 22 against right now, and we're at 17 Imperial Authority already. We're accumulating it rather quickly. Let's see. We're gonna look at their map, and we can start not adding stuff to this. And we can add this. No, we cannot. I thought we took this. Oh, Sweden took this. Close, but no cigar. So this is about to be mine. This is mine. And the rest is African. So we have a ways to go because we are not taking any territory for ourselves. We're not going to accumulate our stuff very quickly here. We should probably help, huh? Okay, now we have 50-some thousand troops here, and we can just walk them into Persia, I think. I don't think Persia stands a chance against this army. Okay, so let's take a look at my subjects. The frozen north isn't as fond of me as they could be. Let's go ahead and improve our relations with the frozen north. Okay, so let's take a look at Persia. We can declare war on them. And we have Holy War as Casus Belli. They're allied with Ladakh over here, and we should have more troops. Where are the rest of our troops? 40,000 here. Do we just not have that many troops? Kind of looks like... Ah, okay. So we have these guys over here. How is this such a... so many terrible provinces. Okay, we're going to bring these guys over. And they should arrive before I have to worry about this. These guys, I mean, we've got highlands here to defend in. So what we're going to do is we're going to just declare our wars. And there is a gigantic number of people joining in. Send these guys into the highlands over here. And good luck to ya. Now, Kiowa, we should have Casus Belli against. And we need to wait a month before we can do this. But basically we're just going to declare war on Kiowa so that we can keep things moving in this area, this region. And I need to explore the western side of the United States. So we've just cored this. We are going to go ahead and add it to the Holy Roman Empire. Two places that don't have cores. There are 33,000 troops sitting down here. And we are ready to rock. Mosul's Drylands. Royal marriage offer from Brittany. It's an interesting offer, to which I will say definitely no. We can now declare war on Oman, because we have troops over here now. I'm gonna go ahead and... Where's their fort? Is their capital? Yes. Their capital's over here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack it. And we could get over here, but we can't because we don't have the ability to. And we will want to annex Brittany at some point, but we actually want to take as little territory as possible with ourselves until we have gotten to administrative technology rank 3. There's just not much reason. I wanted to sort of vassalize and then sort of annex Portugal because Portugal was getting a little bit out of control. They were not happy with my rule, so I wanted to deal with that situation. But generally speaking, you want to... Ah, here we go. These guys have arrived. So we're going to send these guys in. We should probably give them a leader. Give them... Whoa. Why is it someone with no siege skill doing the siege? That's incredibly stupid. This makes no sense! Ooh, military specialist. So we gain some military power. Doesn't help us because he's... I guess he's rank 2, which... doesn't really help with anything. Plus morale is not nearly as good as plus discipline for me. Just because right now it's not a matter of winning fights, it's a matter of winning wars, and winning wars with as few losses as possible. The losses, granted, are not that big a deal either. So we're going to take this guy. This guy is going to get the siege dude, and then we're going to send him back. So this guy is going to crit. So we are going to just charge in after him, I think. 3, 4. And we might actually need to send more troops in, because they have 60,000. Actually, more than 60,000. Close enough. Okay, so this is done. And we are going to win this before these guys can actually move to this place even, so... I guess we'll just go to Mosul. And holy crap, we just annihilated their army completely. That is pretty cool. So these guys are going to go to Sinjar. What we're going to do is we're just going to wait for them to get halfway there, and then we're going to follow them. Because we can just pull the same crap that we just pulled. Okay, they're locked in, we're charging in. We might not eradicate them here. I'd be very surprised if we did, actually, because we've got a lot of... Whoa, okay, well, if we roll 7s all the time... Lucky 7s, that's 3 7s in a row. Followed by a 6. Pretty dang close. Whoa! We just capped out on admin tech. And there we go. So we now can get the Constitution, but the Constitution is still still a few years ahead of time. So we don't want to get the Constitution. What we want to do is we want to siege down Oman. And sorry, I need to clear my throat. Anyway, we're going to take down Oman, and then we're just going to annex all this territory, and that'll be great. So we're heading into Baghdad, and we'll just sort of carpet siege our way through Persia. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want 4 more years worth of administrative power. That is about... we need to spend quite a bit of administrative power to get 4 more years out of here. So, and even then, we can't stop spending administrative power because wow, yeah. So, I underestimated how quickly I was going to start accumulating administrative power and how much time I had left before I get to the next thing. So yeah, we're going to get as much of the cheap territory that we can. The reason we're going for cheap territory is just because it's very easy and fast to get this kind of stuff, whereas all this stuff over here, we're going to be taking massive quantities at once, and we're going to have a lot of overextension. Or rather, our vassals are going to have a lot of overextension. We're not going to have any at all. So, we take all this crap. And unfortunately, we need to go to war with the Mutapa just because we need to get through these provinces. Actually, I can check. How much is this? This is more than I can take in one war? Wow, I may or may not be able to finish this in one war. If I carpet siege them, it will reduce the price of the provinces. That said, I might be better off. I guess it'll depend. We'll just have to see. I have over 10,000 gold. Guess if it moves, tax it. So we just won our first siege here. And we can send these guys over here. And I'm going to take a look at the religion map because I think it's kind of cool. So the Catholic religion is now dominant very heavily. Once we finish annexing the the Holy Roman Empire, we'll have an easy time with converting the rest of the Holy Roman Empire. And we've got plus 0.13. Won the Siege of Mosul. So, the war with Persia is slowly moving along. We've won the siege of this place. We now have 72% war score. We can't take this because we don't have a fort in the area. And we're just gonna have to walk over here and take this fort, I guess. So, that's interesting. So these guys just formed out of the Sind. I'm not sure where they came from. Did rebels spawn or something? Huh. And Sindhi Persia. Holy crap. So... why is it called Sindhi Persia? It's the Sind. Oh, because Sind controlling Persia. Gotcha. Because Sind... oh, so Sind got split in half. Oh, shizzle. We need to get more people over there. And we were attacking into mountains and we weren't paying attention. But it went okay for us. So this is also mountains. So we're at 73% over here. I don't actually know how long it's going to take to siege down this stuff. It's kind of tempting, since we already have 50% war score against these guys, to... okay, that sucks. We can't make that territory core, so we can't claim it unless we actually siege the provinces. So we can go ahead and give this to Crimea. Okay, so we can go ahead and let them. This place gets local unrest, which isn't a big deal. And we're starting at 0% here, so we should get this done relatively fast. Once we've sieged this down, I'm hoping that this costs 12% war score right now. There's no way that this is gonna be enough. So we're gonna want to take less than this, which is gonna cost a core. Will cost us 187 to core, which is not very much, actually. During the duration of the war, we're going to accumulate substantially more than that, so we're going to bring this to Crimea. And oh, that must have been built there. I was gonna say, those people just randomly attacked an army 10 times their size. So, slowly but surely, we are getting our stuff in order. And we can go ahead and get a royal marriage with them. We can get a royal marriage with these guys as well, actually. There's not really much reason not to have a royal marriage with all of our vassals. Are you kidding me? This is at 0% already? We started at 0%. And they started at like negative 40 something percent, I think. Okay, so there's the Siege of Mendazan. We've won the Siege of Karlati, which means that we can send these armies in here to take these guys out. Of course, I'm going to pull these guys back now, because it's taking forever for them to get back. And I just want to have as many people available as possible. Because when I have to declare wars on the opposite end of the world, having to wait a month for my envoys to get back is troublesome. So we're going to send these guys down here. And I don't know if I want to take 100% war. Actually, I guess I do. Because I can take a bunch of war score from them for myself as well. I don't have to take only territory for my vassals. Okay, so let's see. If we peace out with these guys, we can take this and this. Can't take this, and we can't take anything up here because of the fact that we need to actually give it to Crimea first. It's more than slightly irritating, so we're just going to send these guys back. And we need 19,000 men to fully reinforce our troops. Cannot believe that these two armies are even again. This is so ridiculous. We had such a huge head start, and now they're ahead. Now, what do I want to do? I'm actually at 911 administrative power, and I'm kind of tempted to take this stuff for Crimea, which gives them no, I don't know, I will check how much overextension, and then take a bunch of this stuff for myself. So if I did this, I'd have about 50% overextension. Okay. The issue is this, is that if I do this, I cannot take any, I need to get all the way to the coast here. So we're going to have to get 100% war score here. We're just going to have to wait for this to siege down. Once this siege is down, we'll take as much as we can from Oman. That'll clear out our administrative power for a while. And we'll be okay. So... Alright, so we just won the Siege of Markazi. Now we're gonna send this army to go... Yeah, they won the siege. I cannot believe that they outsieged. I mean, it's not by a lot, but it's still really sad. Okay, so we do want to take this province because it's got a fort in it, and we don't want to have to siege it down again. Basically, if this is their only province, they'll have a capital fort and no other forts. If this is their capital province, we'll have a level 3 fort instead of a level 1 fort. That'll just make my job a little easier later. We're going to send this demand. Boink. And our overextension is dangerously high. And we need to figure out what stuff we're going to core. So we need to core everything over here. The key is that I don't want to use the menu for it because the menu is... And do I want to increase, or decrease rather, my stuff here? I think... Honestly, I don't think that there's that much reason to increase my local autonomy. I think that their separatism will drop away fast enough in the war exhaustion that it won't be an issue. And I can actually increase my stability some more as well, so let's just do that. There we go. So this way I maintain what I'm getting from them. And we could peace out with these guys sometime soon if we wanted, and go after Milan instead. Permanent navies. The price of naval supplies increased by 50%. Okay, so we're gonna leave one guy here. Continue on. It says capital fort. Where's just gonna. This is only 5,000 troops. I can't imagine that we're gonna have difficulty taking them out. There we go. And we're now up to 82%. So okay, this guy's going here, and with this, we should be able to pass a decent amount of territory to Crimea. And it looks like they're actually retreating to this province. So these guys are gonna come to this province and get annihilated. So cool beans for us. These guys can... they're not gonna attack in the mountains, that's silly. And let's see. We can go ahead and add these two and this. That gives us 87. Causes France 48% overextension. My overextension is too high to take 48% overextension. So I'm going to want to give more territory to Crimea and less to myself. So we just managed to convert some people. We can now convert this over to Crimea. Honestly, I don't think that taking any more territory than this is going to be valuable for Crimea because they're going to be overextended for a very long time because they're going to not be able to hoard immediately. So what we're going to do is take... just a little bit of this. This gives us 27% overextension. What's my current overextension? We can't have 27%. 13%, 8%. Okay, we can go for this. Nah, we'll go a little higher. Okay, we'll just take this. Now, with this peace deal, we're looking at 13% overextension for ourselves, and a pretty decent amount for Crimea. Crimea is probably going to take a huge amount of overextension here. Is Crimea still coring? Yes. So what is their current overextension? Because right now, I don't want them to be having issues with that. I don't think it's enough to be a problem. We'll go for it. If it turns out to be a problem, then we'll just have to deal with it. Oh, actually, and that should be sufficient. So, Crimea has grown substantially. We are going to go ahead and merge these guys together. We are not going to send these guys here. We are no longer at war. Moldavia should have finished coring this by now. They finished one of them at the very least. So now we can give some more territory up to Moldavia. So we're going to grant them Poltava and hopefully Cherkasy. Nope. They're going to be overextended if I give them that, because they still haven't finished this little province here. Okay, so that's fine. We will go ahead and send the first. No, we won't, because we need to core this ourselves. So this place, we'll go ahead and core, and we will go ahead and core whatever this other place was. We took territory from on the west side too, didn't we? Oh no, we took it from over here somewhere. There we go. There we go. Now, we had intended to take Baluchistan. And we just finished a colony. Let's take a look here. Now, we could start doing this if we wanted. I don't see any reason to right now. Is Pomerania? Pomeranian conquest of Notek. Commonwealth is being attacked by Pomerania. Wow. So, the Holy Roman Empire is now going to just start blasting its way. That is awesome. Okay, so that is Cherkasy. Anything else? We have some Kotra as well. Okay, so we've got 82% overextension. This will be dealt with only like 3 years from now. So, with this going to take several years, I don't see any reason to go for more personal territory. That said, this country may be created from this province. So what we could do is we could create Khorasan over here, out of Sindhi, Persia. They're allied to someone. Baluchistan is not actually allied to anyone, so do they have any other... No. Baluchistan does not have anyone inside them, so Jaunpur is who? Oh, these guys, there's a pretty big ally for them to have, actually. Now, I don't really want to do vassalizing over here. I want this African stuff to be the stuff that I'm coring myself to keep it straight. This stuff, there's not enough of it to justify a full vassal over here. So that's just a way for me to spend my points so that I'm not spending them over here. I think I was planning on getting a military thing next, but I think I'm actually going to get diplomatic ideas next instead. The reason being that, first of all, I'm going to need something to spend my military or my diplomatic power on once I start getting close to capped out on diplomatic tech. But I also need one of the ideas that you get from it, which is flexible negotiation. This drops the war score cost for provinces, and that doesn't seem that amazing at first because you're just going to overextend yourself. But if you have multiple vassals, you could have, like, say for instance I'm fighting Ming, I'll be able to take 150% war scores, or 150% overextensions worth in one war by taking some of it for me and taking some of it for a vassal, or by taking some of it for one vassal and some for another vassal. So as an example, when I'm going into the Commonwealth next, I can take some territory with Moldavia and some territory with Crimea, and that allows me to extend it beyond 100% overextension without feeling like I'm risking too much. So, that said, how much longer do we have this for? We have 10 more years of truce with them. I think my truce with Russia has ended, hasn't it? No. It will end in September of this year. So I could declare another holy war on Russia soon, if I want. Let's take a look at how big Russia's army is now. So Russia is down here. Okay, so they have 67,000 troops. And those are rank 19. And let's take a look. I'm curious what my military... My army tradition is currently 56. So it's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Let's see. DPI, reputation. And we are first. We have the ability to create one more vassal. And I think that Sind are probably the people to go for. But I do think that I probably want to go into another Russian war first. If I take another Russian war, I'll be able to take a bunch of territory that I'll be able to add to the Empire. Then again, adding to the Empire doesn't really help me that much right now. I don't need the authority because I'm not going to be able to get any bills passed for quite a while. So instead we could go after Milan. If we go after Milan, we can call Austria into the war, and they're just going to call a bunch of miners in the Holy Roman Empire that I can swat relatively easily. So let's take a look. I have 224,000 troops right now. Or rather, I have 224 regiments, which max out at 1,000 each. And we are going to pop these guys somewhere. And none of this territory down here is feasible territory for them to chill in. And I don't want to go after Ethiopia, so yes. We are definitely going to go after Milan now. And how am I going to do it? Because I don't have any troops over in that region. I guess we're just going to have to walk slowly. We're going to send these guys. And we're going to send these guys. And this should be enough troops, I think. This troop is going to be... that might not be enough. We'll send... Oh, good! I have these armies here. So these armies here should be enough to ensure that this is going to work. So Milan doesn't have a huge army. It's pretty big though. Fine. Fine. Okay, we're gonna send this army up. I want to get this over with quickly as well, so it's in my best interest to just get these guys over there and call it a day. So this territory in Moldavia, or this territory that is not yet in Moldavia. Once this cores, we can give... Ooh, nice. So for another 10 years we'll have monthly autonomy reductions. That's nice. And Bohemia's involved in this too. Wait, this is just Pomerania and Bohemia? Wow. Let's see. I think this is incredibly silly. So let's keep this nonsense at a modest level. And we could do a quick conquest of Bosnia if we want. But I think I'll wait. I'll deal with Bosnia once I've dealt with my other stuff. So, 15. We're getting kind of close to the point where we're gonna need to do something there. Slowly but surely our troops will get over to the western shores again. And let's see. Baden has You know what? I think I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna get this started. Let's take a look at Milan right now. Milan has 76,000 troops. Austria has 94,000 troops. And I have another 9,000 troops over here in Naples. So I guess we'll just see what happens. I don't want to risk Austria getting involved in another war first. So Austria joins. And Milan's like, oh god, why me? So, Naples, unfortunately. We're gonna get these guys over to Adana, and I'm gonna drop off a fleet in Naples because this army right here is, I guess, not super susceptible. Wow, that was fast. Recall. Russia's ended. But yeah, I'd rather be in a war with Milan than a war with Russia, because a war with Russia, I want to be able to take territory for myself. And I can't really do that right now. But a war with Milan, I'm not taking it for myself, I'm taking it all for Naples. It's all for you, Naples! Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get a new guy. Wow, he's useless! Let's get a new one. And he's useless too! What the hell? You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna keep rolling. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Someone who isn't useless. Kick the crap. Kick these guys to the curb. There we go. Get these guys in the boat, and we're gonna send them over to here, I guess. And we've got Austria's getting its butt kicked. No. Austria, you fools. Okay, so we've got 60,000 here. We've got 40,000 in these boats. So we're gonna send I don't know where we're gonna send these guys because they do need to reinforce still. I'm gonna send these guys here. We're gonna put this army over here. Do I want to do that? These guys are in mountains. These guys are in mountains, of course. So these guys are now defending in mountains. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop our troops over here and make sure that we have defensive terrain as well. Oh, nice. The army, or the navy of Milan just got trapped between a rock and a hard place. Okay, so yoink. One of the nice things is that if your allies see you coming, they'll bring their navy out to attack, and if they bring their navy out, they will prevent the enemy navy from getting out. So what we can do is we can just hang like this. This is actually hills in Urbino. This is a very defensible terrain. And I don't know where the rest of the Milanese troops are, but we can move from here down to here and just sort of constantly be in a good defensive position. Actually, what I'm going to do, and I like this better, is these troops don't need to reinforce right now. So we're going to move them down. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. We're going to leave these troops here. We're going to put these troops here and these. Well, no, we're going to put these troops here and these troops here. These guys are going to stay here because they need to reinforce for now. And let's see, you have 78,000 Austrian troops charging straight into the mountains to get wrecked by an equal number of troops from Milan. And you know it's coming. You know the Milanese troops are just not very far away. This is not a good idea for them. So, see, here's the rest of the army of Milan. That said, if I can, get... And there's nothing I can do to help here. Like, these guys are attacking into mountains. Even if I sent all of my troops, it would not aid there. There's just no reason to ever attack into mountains. Just don't do it. Just say no to attacking into mountains with a crappy leader. Nice. Okay, so the ruler of Austria just died. And they have 120,000 troops. That is not a bad looking army right there. I'm surprised. My little minor nations are really starting to get... Oh crap. I should have been doing that. I could have gotten the first circumnavigation so long ago. Mistakes were made. I was actually thinking about it because there's an achievement for it, I think. So we will hopefully finish this siege eventually. When we finally... And now they have people sitting here in the farmlands. Tormenting us. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this. And we're going to go ahead and do this, actually. So we just won the Siege of Umbria, finally. And we just gained Conquest Cassispoli against Pomerania because they just took a huge chunk out of the Commonwealth. I approve. Okay, so these guys are largely repaired. So we can go ahead and put them in the boats. Move the boats over here and move these guys. Actually, these guys are going to go into Parma. These guys are going to go into Florence. The key here is that if I'm defending in mountains, or sorry, defending in hills, even with relatively crappy generals, if I can always just bring... Actually, you know what I could do? I can bring 80,000 troops to bear into these farmlands. This guy has how much? He only has 2 mobility. I have 4 mobility. So they have a slight advantage during shock, but they don't have any advantage during the fire phase. I'm actually going to send these guys in. So once these guys get to about halfway to Ferrara, I'm just going to send this army in. Because this is only 23,000 troops. We can annihilate these guys extraordinarily quickly. We'll have full flanks, and we won't have quite as many... You know what, we're just gonna chill here for now. Because there's very little added value from adding these other guys into that fight. Just because we had full flanks. I mean, we were outnumbering them by as much as we can possibly outnumber them. I really wish that Austria would just commit suicide with their armies. Where are these guys going? They're just going right here? Should I? Nah, I'm gonna leave these guys here. Okay, so I think... Yeah. I can go to either one of these places from here, which means that I can always reinforce my troops. And this is also hills, so everywhere that I'm in here, I'll be on defensive terrain, and I'll just be able to siege down their territory, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. Hopefully. Hopefully there's nothing they can do to stop me. We are pretty dang close to capping out. We only have a couple more months. Oh, actually, we only have a couple more months before we want to hit this anyway, so... So, August... We actually do... We actually are going to cap out a bit early, though. So I could just core this if I want. I might as well. We're just going to core this. It's not a big deal. Hey, we learned about the Great Plains. And we can just declare war on these guys. How do I not have Casus Belli? Oh my god, did they westernize? Oh shit, they westernized. We're gonna need actual Casus Belli against these people. Okay, so these guys, we have Colonial Conquest, and they will bring the Shawnee into it. Alternatively, we could go down here. I think that I'd rather go up here first. So let's deal with the Cherokee. So we can bring the Shawnee. They'll bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny province here. So we can bring the Shawnee into this. Where are the Shawnee? Ah, here we go. This little tiny provin Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, we can construct these canals now. So we just need to have our administrative technology a little higher, and we'll be able to start constructing these canals. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've taken Modena. They have 82,000 troops just resting here. That is a lot of troops. This is a terrible idea. Get them on back. So these guys are heading to Lucca? Perfect, because we can just walk in on them then. Once they're locked in, we're just going to walk in there. Never mind, we're not, because we can't get there. So Baden and Hesse have pretty big armies. All things considered, these little Holy Roman Empire states start getting really crazy toward the late game. Because these are like one province minors and they're fielding, you know, tens of thousands of troops. And these guys are defending in the fort, or the woods. I don't think it's a good idea to try to defend that, guys. Oh, I actually have 5. Okay. That is a very large swarm of forces they've got over there. Okay, so we got 28% here. Defenders desert. We're up to 42%. Hey, we've got Crimea, we've got Naples. We've just got a massive swarm of people over here now. It really is too bad that the peace within the empire thing doesn't guarantee peace even when enemy states are involved. It would be hilarious if it was that early that you got the ability to do that. Because if Milan didn't have the ability to ally with my soon-to-be vassals, then it would change the entire game. Oh good, we can play this now. So we just won the Siege of Fire Ends. I'm gonna pop over to Pisa over here. And we need to send our ships over. So where'd the big army go? They're probably here, yep. And it looks like the big army is going to start trying to get to me in Pisa, so we're just going to walk over to Arezzo instead. And let's take a look here. So soon enough we'll be able to peace out for that. Mexican peasants. I like how they're Portuguese Mexicans. Even though Portugal isn't in the game anymore. And let's see. Somebody took Dauphin from us. But honestly, this is looking reasonably fine for us. Austria is kind of getting its butt kicked, but we're just sort of sitting on the back lines, carpet sieging all of their territory. And there will come a point where they just can't be winning anymore. So, Albenga is the war goal, which is all the way over here, unfortunately. I should have set the war goal to be something easy like Ancona, but I don't usually pay that much attention when I'm doing war goals. And it costs me. I mean, if you don't pay attention when you're doing the war goals, it will cost you a lot of time and effort. I'm just going to send these guys to Mantua. We're not going to send them to Mantua, we're going to send them back to Lucca. Whoa. It's really hard to get them to Lucca. So once we siege down this fort, and we're going to want to send these guys over here just so that they know we mean business. These guys, again, can just defend for a pretty decent amount of time. Okay. Guess we're just going to go back and forth over here. Okay, you want to approach? Sure, go ahead and approach. Okay, so it is now July, we are capped out. We're going to go ahead and do this. That's great, and we're going to get a new idea group. And very soon we'll be getting Measuring the World, Administrative Efficiency plus 20%. But first, we're going to get Diplomatic Ideas. And we can go ahead and do this. If we want... Do we want to... Don't have anything better to do with it, I guess. So we have a new Emperor, 424. It's probably better than the one that we had just now. Who I think he had lower stuff. So, these guys are going to Lucca. We have 38,000 troops. And now they're walking away from Lucca because they only have 38,000 troops. They don't have enough to actually attack us here. That's so many troops. Unfortunately, Austria is really getting their butt kicked. I guess it would have been better if I had my troops a bit closer at the beginning, and we could just sort of waltz in with 200,000 troops, like 100,000 from me and 100,000 from Austria, and then just melt their army, because as soon as we beat them in one fight, they have nowhere to run, really. The problem is that they keep fighting Austria in terrain that's good for them and bad for Austria. So we're going to go ahead and build another basic army. Is that basic army in... I think I might have screwed up when I made this template. Let's take a look here. Because if I'm building 15 of these, I shouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, that's what I did. I built them all as these. Okay, so I should need 21,000 for this army. Okay, basic army is getting deleted because that would have been really expensive. That would have been an entire army of mercenaries, and even that's going to be expensive even for me. Dealing with 15,000 cannons that are all mercs. I don't want to have to pay for that. I just don't. So, defenders desert. So, we're getting close to the point where we can annex these guys. Or not annex them, but take a bunch of territory from them. Are these guys heading to Perm? Nope. So defenders desert, and the sieges down here are going well now. So I'm just gonna siege this down, then I'm gonna walk into Genoa and say, go for it, try and attack me. And this is the big problem with having hill forts, actually, is that if your forts are in hills or in mountains, as soon as the enemy walks into that area and starts sieging, you can't take it back. They have no way of getting these territories back. Always attack! Attack! Sorry. I get excited by attacking. There's no way I'm going to make it on time. And when I start sending my troops there, I'm going to end up getting them killed. So, we just won the Siege of Pisa. So we're going to send these guys here. We're going to send these guys to Lucca. We shouldn't have sent them both at the same time. It doesn't matter though, there's a huge supply limit here. Okay, so now we can just sit in Lucca with these guys. It is farmland, unfortunately, but I guess we're not. We're going to sit in Modena. And this is mountains. So I think that now is the time. Hopefully this procs. Yes! Parma just surrendered. These guys are attacking Naples into mountains, so as long as the Neapolitan troops survive a little bit longer, just a day or two longer. No! Son of a bitch! Oh god, this is bad. They needed to survive a couple more days, and they did not. They did not survive a couple more days. And this means that I need to call off this siege, because this is going to go very badly for me, I think. Yeah, this is definitely going to go bad. We're just going to retreat. We don't want to take any more casualties than we have to here. And because of the fact that we're just retreating now, we're still at relatively full morale and able to eventually just pull back into the fight. But if Naples had survived a little bit longer, just like a day or two longer, that fight would have ended the war completely, because they would not have been able to really do much. Okay, so these guys are going to pop into this territory here. Actually, we're going to go over to this fort. Okay, so where are you going? Are they going to just walk into Urbino? Because, I mean, if they try to siege Urbino with 10,000 troops, that's not, I mean, a good strategy. They are going to attack me in fire ends. And that is a substantially better strategy. Because right now, I don't have enough troops. So they will be crossing a river. They do not have a guy with 5 mobility, I hope. They do not. So we have 3-2. They don't... So they'll either have a 5-3... And this is hills. So they'll have a -2 penalty. So no matter what, they're not going to get a bonus in the fire phase. Do I have anybody... No, I don't have anybody who will handle this better, I don't think. So we're just going to have to send all these troops. And we're going to have to hope that the Austrians show up, because right now, this is... The Austrians are not going to show up because they don't have any troops. Or rather, they just peaced out. So... Are we done here? And the hills are unfortunately still wide enough that the fact that they have a troop advantage is very meaningful. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off, because we're pulling the same number of troops in now. Somehow, did we put the wrong guy in charge or something? They're not getting their crossing penalty. I think that the game might actually prioritize bonuses over penalties, which is a mistake, because it should be prioritizing penalties over bonuses, because penalties mean more than bonuses do. Okay, so we lost 20,000 troops, and, well, we lost 25,000 troops. They lost 45,000 troops in that fight. That just halved the size of the entire combined enemy army. So that's what happens when you just fight the fights properly instead of running around like crazy people like Austria's been doing. Send these guys into Milan. Send these guys into Brescia. Now, who am I currently at war with? So Cologne has a high amount of war exhaustion. Okay, well, that's fine. Wipe these guys out. And a royal marriage offer comes out from Austria. I don't know what these guys are doing, because this is a weird place to be. Why can't I go to Parma? That's weird. Okay, so these guys are chilling in Milan, which is farmlands. Can I get there? No, not really. Not in a meaningful time. Or like a realistic time frame. So why can't I go to Parma anymore? I was pretty sure that I could get to Parma, considering that I've taken some of this stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna siege this down. It's still amazing to me that at this point we're at completely neutral war score. Just from the fact that we don't have Albenga. Oh, okay, so we can take this. We don't want to take it for ourselves, though. We're going to go ahead and swap the thing over to New Portugal. There we go. Fight lasted longer than it had to. So Yemeni separatists are causing problems. I guess I probably should have done something about them, huh? Okay, so where is Yemen? I didn't reduce the unrest somewhere. Here we go. And I cannot afford to have these guys uprise at all. So we are going to go ahead and find every province that has Yemeni and improve. So we don't have Yemeni separatists from here, so where are the... Okay. So there's no progress that can be coming, so they are going to go ahead and deteriorate every month. Yay for me. So something about Lucca? Oh, we've arrived in Lucca. Now we have 2 sieges here. If either of these sieges finishes, then we can get over here with all of our troops. And if none of them finishes, then I'm gonna cry. And we are in trouble, because these guys are chilling in grasslands or something, probably. We will actually arrive on the 12th, so we're okay. These guys are in hills, and Lucca is farmland. We don't want to be in farmland, really. We really don't want to be in farmland. There's going to be too many troops popping up here. This general's too good for me to want to fight these guys like this. So we currently can get... I guess we can outnumber them pretty substantially here if they do attack. Can I... And yes, I can. I can actually send this army over as well, if I want. So... we can have... how many cannons? 21,000 cannons with slightly less shock troops. 14,000 cannons, slightly less. So adding extra cannons doesn't help any. But adding this whole thing would... this would actually trivialize the fight. Unless they send more troops in from somewhere else. And therein lies the problem. It's just kind of risky to take one of these fights like this. But we're gonna do it. So we have 71,000 troops, 88,000 troops, and the guy in Parma thought about joining and then decided, you know what, I don't think that an extra 20,000 troops is going to help us here, and continued to flee. So there we go. Another even fight that's really not very even. Okay, so we've taken this province. Okay, so the key here is that this army is low enough that it needs to reinforce in proper territory. And we can go ahead and just chill in the hills here with no problem. So we're going to chill in the hills with no problems and wait for our troops to sort of refresh. We have 14,000 men necessary to refill our armies, and we are slowly pushing our way in. And I just realized that we are almost capped on administrative power again, because this fight is taking so long. And I don't want to be capped on administrative power. Is there anyone that I could declare war on quickly over here? Actually, 44,000 troops over here. Baluchistan still doesn't have any allies. I could just do a holy war against them and just annex a bunch of territory from them. Do they have any forts? They have a fully maintained fort here and a capital fort. Unfortunately, they are in separate provinces. It shouldn't be a problem though. So we're going to go ahead and send a leader of some sort here. He is almost completely useless. So we're just going to send him in. We have a rank 17 military that we're facing off against. We shouldn't have any problems there. And when the siege finishes, we will continue. So Modena has come under occupation of France, and these guys are going to try to siege Mantua. And there's really no reason for me to go into Parma. They have hills there. So instead, we're just gonna chill back here. We actually should go after this guy. So, let's take a look at Milan's troops. They have 51,000 troops still. But 51,000 troops is not enough to maintain an advantage here. So, I don't know where they're going. Are they just going to chill in Parma? Parma has a fully maintained fort. They can't go from Parma to any of my territories. Oh, nice! We just took over the siege from some pretender rebels or something. And that's some bullcrap, so we're gonna have to charge in here and help. Luckily, this is hills. Unfortunately, there's no crossing. And we'll just send everybody in. And it looks like they are sending everyone into this, which is the right choice. And I should have realized what was happening and sent my troops over earlier. This is going to be dangerous. This is going to be very, very dangerous. It's going to be nice when I finish off the Holy Roman Empire. I actually should have ignored Milan for now and gone for something else. I should have gone after Russia. There's just... the problem is that Milan is actually not that bad. They're not super easy. But the real killer here is just the swarms of Holy Roman Empire troops that just keep coming. On the plus side, We just won the Siege of Kalat. And we're gonna pop over here, and we should be able to just fully annex them. So that's good. But yeah, this fight is way harder than it has to be, just because we're dealing with so many of our actual allies. So Cologne and Hesse both have medium enthusiasm for this. Hesse has better enthusiasm than Cologne does. Cologne has so much war exhaustion at this point. So we can, if we just give these guys war reparations, will not betray their ally for gold. Oh, well, that's too bad. I really wish you guys would, because it would save us all a lot of time. And it would save you hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Okay, so we're about to take Genoa. Once we've taken Genoa, we can move into the next place. I guess the next place is going to be Brescia. We will go ahead and take Albenga as well, obviously. So Cotra is now cored. And once we have this province, or once this siege is done, which will hopefully not take too long, we'll be able to start coring that stuff over there and drop our administrative power by a bit, so that we don't cap out. Okay, so we're at 14%. We now are pretty close to the cap for this province, so we're going to go ahead and move these guys over to Lucca. And we have way too many. Let's see. We can call it diet. This gives them 15 loyalty and 10 influence. This will also, yeah, so we can just call a diet and then raise additional levies, and those counteract each other. There we go. So now we're no longer limited by our manpower, we're limited just by how much we can reinforce in a given province. So, damn it, we're not gonna finish. We're gonna please finish. No! No! Okay, so this is interesting because my vassal swarm seems to be going off to commit suicide for some reason. I don't understand it really. Because there's no reason to go over here where there are 80,000 troops and start sieging, minor, irrelevant people, when you can be sieging in the hills here and actually succeeding at it. So this is pretty perfect timing. Unfortunately, this is only 29, and it doesn't look like we can core the rest of this crap until we finish coring the other stuff. So we're going to be suffering 40% overextension. This is a very small amount of stuff to core for us. It's going to be cheap, but we're not going to be able to do it immediately. So we're going to go ahead and increase our autonomy. I have a suspicion I'm going to need autonomy there as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and core all this. And actually, we can core it, so we're okay. Okay, so that gives us that to play with. And my wife's home, so that's going to be it. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you again next time.